All right, peace and blessings, everybody. It's in the morning of September the 25th, 2017, Monday. Carl Montgomery Akers sent me a letter, has 3 pages in it. We're about to read it soon. He's at Marion, USP. It's the same address as Schaefer, except instead of putting Schaefer's name and number, just put Montgomery Carl Akers' name and number. If you look up Carl Montgomery Akers on the internet, this video comes up. I'm going to play just a portion of it.
Found the bike in Nevada and got it back, but only after he'd been taken in by the charm of Monty.
Extremely charming, very nice looking young man. Would be someone you'd want to hang around with, you know, someone you'd want to get to know, because he has all those attributes.
The FBI is finally taking an interest in this case, but it took this report on a Denver television station to prompt the agency to get involved.
All right, so somehow they say he's getting stuff from check fraud, and inmate gets 27 years for more fraud scheme. I don't know how long he's been in prison. Carl Montgomery Akers, a man who devised and executed a wire fraud scheme while he was an inmate in the U.S. Penitentiary, Leavenworth, was sentenced to additional 27 years. Montgomery Carl Akers, 47. I don't know, man. I mean, who knows when you read what's truth and what's not truth. But anyway, let's read his letters and see what he's got to say. All right, Montgomery Carl Akers, that's his address. He sent it to my P.O. box. Let's get through this. His number is 0286-6081 to CMU. Subject, request to staff, Akers Montgomery, M-A-R-I-A. I don't know what Maria, I don't know what that's supposed to mean. He wrote it on 9/15 of 2017. To Rudy Davis, inmate work assignment, orderly, supreme commander. Not sure what that means. Hello, Rudy. I want to make you aware of a couple of things before I get going. Right now, I am only allotted 100 email credits per month that I can use until I get my financial situation right with the government. I'll explain more on that at a later time. I am in the process of having all my financial matters settled. The prison authorities have interfered with my ability to do so at the behest of my prosecutor. Yet these people are driven by a satanic force. I cannot say it any other way or characterize it any other way. I want to believe in people and believe that the authorities within our government really have the ability to be people of integrity, but they're not for the most part. We can certainly agree on that. The staff who run the CMU unit have no integrity at all. It's just as simple as that. And I'm being nice, really nice when I say that. I will delve into that more and tell you more about this unit as well. First, let me say that I will be writing you a lot of letters in the coming weeks until I can purchase more email credits. I think you will have to have time to internalize all the stuff I'm going to say to you. No, I don't want you to be an information conduit for me, for the Bundys, or anyone else. I'm interested in getting to know you and being a part of whatever you have going on from inside and once I get out. I think you are a person of integrity and a real soldier for the right cause. I think you have balls and a spine and wear a cowboy hat proudly. I love wearing my cowboy hat as well, proudly. I call myself Cowboy Surfer Trucker. That's going to be the name of my next business because that's what I am at heart. If you can please email Ashley Jones for me and let her know I need her mailing address to write and email her, I would be most obliged. You know what? I need to start as I'm going through this letter, I need to make a list. It's always stuff, right? Email Ashley Jones and ask for mailing address for Carl. Okay. Where were we? Okay, the way it works in the CMU unit, or the BOP for that matter, you have to have someone's mailing address in order to have an email or phone contact with them. The same with Mr. Philpott. I'm interested in how I can help you advocate for political prisoners or those wrongfully convicted, such as myself. I'm with you on your belief about lawyers. I have come to the same conclusion about the federal justice system as a whole. None of these people have an ounce of integrity or honesty within them. they're as honest or dishonest as they want to be. I think Mr. Philpott is the best I can do. I think he is a man of integrity. I know something about him, and a man named Marcus Mumford of Salt Lake City, Utah. These guys have moxie. They take no flack. They're the real deal. I went into the U.S. Marine Corps when I was 17. In July of 1976, I spent 3 years in the Marines. I became a paramedic because I love the profession. My problem was I was not right on the inside. I have had so many things to deal with in my life, and I make no excuses for my conduct. I make decisions that I have to live with. But today is a new day. It is my goal to make amends for the life that I have lived in the past. Yes, I was a forger and a thief. I cannot say otherwise. Today, I don't know the person I was. I can't for the life of me figure out how I could have lived as I did with regard to my present case. I was maliciously prosecuted. I am sending you a copy of the lawsuit I filed about 10 years ago. It will give you the play-by-play as to what happened to me that brings me to where I am now. In some, the FBI thought they could squeeze me for information, and at the same time turn me into a snitch and punish me because I fought them all these years. I did not involve myself in wire fraud. I tried to run a business with this Anita Jenkins lady. She got mad at me over a girlfriend I had. It was my fault. I saw all this coming, but I didn't part ways with her. She's all I had at the time to run my business. I can tell you more, but I think you want to know more about where I am today. Also ask me any questions or for whatever information you need from me, and I'll answer. While I have been incarcerated, I have developed several businesses that will truly aid society as a whole. Unfortunately, I will have to wait until I get out to implement my ideas. Even then, I will sell my intellectual property and not run any business. I do want to run an air ambulance company as well as an ambulance company. I want to own several business that I believe can make a difference in the social engineering of this country. The one thing that is key to all of this is the idea of tapping into the spirituality of people, whether they know they have it or not. I have been the gambit of religion. I have found more lies than truth in my quest. The one thing I do believe is a power greater than ourselves that is good and wants the best for us. I believe that we have been done a disservice by the religious community as to what they project God to be. I really believe the believer, nonetheless, people such as yourself who believe in Jesus Christ and stand by your beliefs. It's easy to say one thing, read one thing, hear one thing, and do another. I'm not as jaded as I sound. I believe that there has to be what people term as God. I just believe that I don't know exactly what and I know that we have a friend in the power of the Spirit who calls our name and looks after us divinely. I can tell you many stories on that accord. Please forgive my mistakes. The computer sometimes screws up the spelling of words. You think you are typing in one word, but the computer types in another. When you do a spell check, it doesn't pick up the word you typed in at times. All right. From 02866-081 to CMU, request to staff, Carl Montgomery Akers, September 15, 2017, inmate work assignment, orderly Supreme Commander. Oh, I think that's his work assignment. He's calling himself Supreme Commander. I applaud your view of the world through the King James Bible. It is my philosophy that if people would live after the Bible, the world would be a better place as far as Christians and other religious sects go. I am not a fan of the Old Testament. It sounds like Sean. I believe it to be a farce. I hope that don't offend you. That's not my intention. I'm just being honest with you. I believe there is some truth in the Bible, but I don't believe in the Judeo-Christian concept as divine. I can provide you with the reasons for the way I believe the way I do today, but what I believe today is the good in people. If Jesus is your rock and he is your salvation, I applaud that and get behind it. I have come to know many things that I believe to be absolute. I would like to share some of my beliefs if you would want to hear them. The truth is not trying to argue, debate, or challenge anyone's religious or spiritual beliefs. If a person such as yourself believes the way they do about Jesus, I'm right beside you to hold you up. All I can say is I am at peace today with my beliefs. I truly believe that we are called for a purpose. As the Bible says, many are called, but few are chosen. Society at large sees Jesus as the genie who is sitting up in the sky, playing chess with their lives. They first have to ask themselves if they hear the still small voice as we are taught in the biblical scriptures. The still small voice has called me. I don't understand it by a long shot, but it has conveyed upon me the ability to know the truth will guide us in the direction that we need to go. People will come in and out of our lives. There is a purpose for that. To me, these are the experience that we are supposed to have. Allow me to switch gears back to what I was saying about that still small voice. I have had the privilege of being allowed to live and first understand the pain and suffering I have caused others, most of it not of a criminal nature, but a moral one. I let people down who were my friends. I let people down who loved and cared for me in a genuine way. My trek has taken me to the far corners of my being. Today I am motivated to do good for others. One of my aspirations is to do massage work for geriatric patients in nursing homes. I want to certify as a massage therapist for that purpose. The apostles were said to be taught by Jesus to serve others and reap the rewards of the pleasure that they take in being comforted. When people get old, they know what it's like to be forgotten. It's a hollow feeling. The Spirit has kept me in a place where I'm never lonely, no matter what's being done to me or where I am. I don't want to rattle too much. Let me know your thoughts and we can compare notes. It's hard to find people in the world like you, Rudy, and me as well. I have to atone for the living of my past. I am fortunate to be given that opportunity. I will tell you a little bit about my businesses now. As I said, because of my incarceration, I am not allowed to run or manage a business. I have come to understand that it is not smart for me to ever be involved in the management of a business again. I can be the owner, but the most realistic thing for me is to sell my intellectual property and let someone else run it. I am in the process of negotiating the sale of my intellectual property. Once I have a forensic financial investigation done on my assets, property, finances, I will then submit the investigation to the Court of Certification. At this time, I am working to find another lawyer to handle this project. I will be asking $500 million for my intellectual property once the attorney engages my buyer. I have a buyer for that number now. It's worth much more than that. I will also retain some residual compensation to the tune of about $100 million per year. That's just one. I have several that are even more profitable. Let me say at this point that I have a lot of friends that talk in this way, that they have ideas, they have inventions, they have business ideas that are worth hundreds of millions of dollars, and that's just the way they talk. It's a normal part of the conversation. And any day now, their ship will come in. But in the meantime, they're in prison and they need $700 bail money. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just saying there are people that live their life with the idea that their idea is just around the corner, and that once their idea comes in, they're going to have $100 million. So I have to do everything by the numbers. Yeah, I am at the point right now of sale. I will be able to help many people. I will explain more as it unfolds. I will ask Mr. Philpott to handle this matter. With the other attorneys in New York City, it is quite exciting. For me, it is an accomplishment and a chance to show the world I was not only capable of living a criminal life. It will be a chance to show the world I was not only capable of living a criminal life. My story can help others to achieve their dreams as well. People can start over and do the right thing. It has to be in your heart. I wanted to say that I have a friend by the name of Alan Davis of Golden, Colorado. He is a devout Christian. His life works at the Colorado Christian Academy. He is a retired Air Force officer. He is now a businessman who works with entrepreneurs such as myself in the field of selling intellectual property. Check out Alan's website, www.breakingwell.com. His email address is alandavisconsulting@gmail.com. I know he'd be glad to make your acquaintance. He also tried to help prisoners and wounded veterans. I realize you don't want to discuss my legal situation, and rightfully so, but I wanted to point out that Alan referred me to an attorney recently by the name of Dennis Hartley, who turned out to be a real piece of work. I think Alan became wise to him in the early going himself. Now I'm in the process of finding someone else. I believe Mr. Philpott will be my guy. We'll see. Everything has its place and time. Oh, I gave you an incomplete website address for Alan. It's www.breakingwellmedia.com. Sorry. breakingwellmedia.com. Let me put that address in the notes. And I want to get that email address of his friend, alandavisconsulting@gmail.com. All right, third letter. Okay, this is the same heading, except this time he's not a supreme commander, he's just an orderly. I want to do now is fill you in on the CMU. I will take it a little at a time so you can ask me questions and I can answer, but before I do, where is Forney, Texas? From the map, it looks like it's east of Dallas somewhere. I was trying to remember if I've driven through there when I drove a truck for Atlas Van Lines. I know where Seagoville is, and I think it may be close to that. It says Forney has a population of about 5,000, just curious. I have some relations in Dallas. I actually plan on buying a house there, and I will have offices there once I am released. I have big plans in Dallas. Hopefully Forney is somewhere close to Dallas. I really love Texas and the people. I like the cowboy lifestyle, but I am a surfer, ride motorcycle, ski, run, exercise, do all kinds of stuff in nature. I really miss surfing and motorcycle riding in the desert. I used to live on the back of my bikes. Okay, the CMU is truly an evil and diabolical conception. I am familiar with the guy who conceived this place by the name of Leslie Smith. He's dead now. When I was at ADX Maximum in Florence, Colorado, he was the SIA, Special Investigative Agent for the prison. He made his bones turning gang members into snitches to testify for the government in the prosecutions against the Aryan Brotherhood, Mexican Mafia, etc. Actually, I never had a problem with that. He was doing his job and the gangs he was targeting needed to be stopped. I get all that. Actually, Smith was not that dishonest of a guy, but he was a real underhanded, mean-spirited guy who lied to me on several occasions. I knew he was trying to mislead me when he spoke to me. I didn't have respect for him for that reason. Smith recruited staff of the BOP who are of his ilk. He recruited mean-spirited, he recruited mean-spirited, contemptible people who just are both antisocial, occupationally handicapped, and social misfits. The only life they have is the BOP and doing the bidding of the BOP. This unit is funded with about $27 to $30 million a year to watch over roughly 80 people between Terre Haute, Indiana and CMU Marion, Illinois. They put people like myself in this unit to keep me from being about to fight my criminal case or maintain any of my financial or property assets on the outside. Their goal is to destroy my contacts in the community so I have nothing left. They lie to the public and claim otherwise. This unit is ran by staff who lie to you constantly and think they are dealing with intellectually inferior people who don't see and understand what it is they're doing. They retaliate against me for utilizing the administrative remedy process or court filing by writing me what are known as incident reports to take away what little we have in this unit. I just have had this done to me last month. I have been written these IRs to keep me in this unit and to hinder my ability to speak on the phone or email. That way they can interfere with my mail and decide if they want to go out, goes out, and the like. For instance, I was written a bogus IR in February 2017 for asking my lawyer in Reno, Nevada to send my files to this lawyer, Dennis Hartley, in Colorado. There is no rule violation against that. This is what they've done since I have been in this unit since November of 2010. The DHO, disciplinary hearing officer, found me guilty because he was put up to doing that by the unit staff. Now he has to answer for this in court. Everything associated with the CMU is scandalous and satanic. Again, the staff of this prison by and large have no scruples whatsoever. They will do what they are told. They don't care about right or wrong unless it affects them. I am about to bring a huge lawsuit on this prison, the CTU, and all of those involved in what they did to me. I'm sure Mr. Philpott will have a field day with what he's about to find out. If you are interested in a copy of my complaint that I will file for your reference, please let me know. Basically, this unit was designed to shut people up once they're getting flack about the unit being designed for terrorist prisoners. We have these guys in here, for the most part, they are mentally ill zealots that have no religious format to their terrorism. They are terrorists, make no mistake about that. I have no problem with the BOP staff controlling terrorism, but that's not what they're doing. Congress must know that this unit is not being operated the way it's supposed to. I have no reason for being here other than my prosecutor and judge are doing what they can to try and thwart my ability to have my malicious prosecution overturned. No matter what they do, the truth is coming out, and it's all ready to happen right now. The jig is up on that note. In the coming weeks, you will see what I'm talking about. Please let me know what else I can provide you. Please let me know how I can help and assist you. I am looking forward to hearing from you. Be well to you and Aaron. P.S. I am interested in having you send me the articles that are on the internet about me. Monty Akers. Respectfully. Okay. Send articles about Monty Akers to to him in prison. All right, that is, he calls himself Monty Akers. He's 58 years old. He's got 11 years to go according to the release date. And, you know, I'm just getting to know him. Is this guy still a con artist? You know, my concern as I read his letter, there was one particular statement that really, really stuck out. I wish I could find it. He wrote a sentence and it slapped me in the face as being unbiblical. I'm going to find it here. Can you read the reason? Oh, here it is right here. But what I believe in today is the good in people. Let me read the sentence. This is a sentence that really struck me as his main problem, or one of his major problems. I believe that Sean Stellar has the same issue. I can provide you with the reasons for the way I believe the way I do today. But what I believe in today is the good in people. Okay, that's his major problem right there. After all that he's been through, people have lied to him, betrayed him, stabbed him in the back. Judges and prosecutors have maliciously prosecuted him. Lawyers have taken advantage of him, and yet he still believes. But what I believe in today is the good in people. The Bible says that men's hearts are wicked, right? It says that we are filthy rags, or that our good works are filthy rags. I don't believe in the good in people. The Bible says that our hearts are wicked. I believe what the Bible says. As long as you believe in the good of people, you're opening yourself up to being taken advantage of and the deception of your fellow man. All right. If you guys want to write letter to Montgomery Akers, you can do that. He is a prisoner. The Bible tells us to visit our prisoners, or remember them. You can do so by telling him about Jesus. It sounds like he needs to know about Jesus. And if you want to share your testimony with Montgomery Akers, that would be a good idea. Take care. God bless. The last line of peaceful defense between a tyrannical government and the defendant is jury nullification. Educate yourself about jury nullification at fija.org.